The disappearance of a high-ranking military officer sent shockwaves across Nigeria, but what happened in those final moments before he vanished would reveal a disturbing truth that the military may have tried to hide from the public. On the afternoon of November 15, 2025, Brigadier General M. Uba was leading his troops on what should have been a routine patrol. The commander of the 25th Task Force Brigade had taken his men deep into the dangerous areas around Wajiroko village in Damboa local government area of Borno State. This was territory where the terrorist group known as the Islamic State West Africa Province (ISWAP) operated freely, but General Uba was no stranger to danger. He had led multiple operations across Nigeria, earning his rank through years of brave service. The convoy was said to have departed Damboa town around 2 p.m. that Friday. It consisted of 2 Hilux vehicles, 2 armored personnel carriers, several motorcycles, and both soldiers and members of the Civilian Joint Task Force (CJTF). They were returning from a successful patrol within the surrounding areas of the Sambisa forest when everything went terribly wrong. Around 5 p.m., as the convoy moved along Bill Road near Sabongari, the terrorists struck. Hidden along the route, ISWAP fighters opened sustained heavy fire on the unsuspecting troops. The attack was sudden and brutal. Bullets were reportedly sprayed on the convoy from all directions as the terrorists unleashed their weapons with deadly precision. In the chaos of gunfire and explosions, 4 men fell, 2 brave soldiers and 2 CJTF operatives were killed on the spot. The remaining troops fought back fiercely, trying to break through the ambush, but in the confusion and smoke of battle, something unprecedented happened. Brigadier General Uba, the highest-ranking officer present at the scene, became separated from his men. As his troops scattered to survive the onslaught, General Uba found himself alone in hostile territory. He had managed to escape the immediate point of attack, but now he was stranded in an area controlled by one of the most dangerous terrorist groups in Nigeria. What happened next would become the subject of intense speculation and deep controversy. The general had his phone with him. In those desperate hours, he used WhatsApp to contact military signals in order to coordinate a rescue. In messages that would later be revealed, General Uba seemed to have remained remarkably calm despite his dire situation. He asked his coordinating team whether they would pick him up or direct him on where to go. He provided updates on his phone battery level, which was at 31% at the time. In what would turn out to be his final messages, he told his colleagues that he was on foot but would raise his peak cap once he saw the aircraft coming to rescue him. A helicopter was reportedly dispatched to locate and extract the general. Military sources confirmed that he had even made a video call to confirm that he was still alive and also shared his live location with colleagues. Air support was deployed immediately and troops from Operation Hadin Kai raced against time to reach him before the terrorists could find him. But something went wrong. Despite having his location, the rescue teams could not locate him. Some sources believe that his phone either died or was seized by the terrorists. What is clear is that somewhere in those dark hours, the general fell into the hands of ISWAP fighters. Meanwhile, word began spreading on social media that General Uba had been kidnapped. The rumor spread like wildfire, causing panic among military families as well as the general public. A brigade commander had not gone missing like this for some years now, and this left people with so many questions in mind. The Nigerian army moved quickly to control the narrative. On Saturday, November 16, 2025, Lieutenant Colonel Apollonia Anele, the acting director of Army Public Relations, released an official statement. The army insisted that General Uba had bravely fought through the ambush with superior firepower, forcing the terrorists to withdraw. According to the statement, the general had successfully led his troops back to base after the attack. The army strongly denied that the brigade commander had been abducted. They called the reports circulating online a fake narrative and urged the public to disregard them. The chief of army staff even saluted the uncommon bravery and resilience of the troops, praising their sacrifice. But the truth was far different from what the army was telling Nigerians. Just days after the army's denial, ISWAP released a video that shocked the nation. The terrorist group showed footage of Brigadier General Uba in their captivity. The general, who the army claimed had returned safely to base, was very much in the hands of the terrorists. ISWAP also released 2 pictures designed to be in comparison. One showed the general sitting on the ground, looking weary and defeated. Another picture showed him in his office before his capture, a reminder of the authority and the rank he once held. the terrorist group wanted to humiliate not just the general, but the entire Nigerian military. Homango, a respected news organization, had analyzed the images and confirmed that they were indeed authentic. They had obtained verified evidence showing the commander in ISWAP custody with a gunshot wound to his leg. The image showed him surrounded by armed fighters, appearing exhausted but alive. This showed that the Nigerian army statement had been false all along. The capture of General Uba was unprecedented. A brigadier general is a one-star general who commands an entire brigade or regiment. This rank represents one of the senior commissioned officers in the Nigerian army, held only by those who entered the military through the Nigerian Defense Academy or Direct Short Service Commission. For such a high-ranking officer to be captured alive was both an operational disaster and a massive embarrassment for the military. Then came the worst news of all. ISWAP claimed they had executed Brigadier General Uba. Shortly after, a video began circulating on social media showing the horrifying moment when the general was killed with a single shot to the head. The terrorists had interrogated him briefly before carrying out the summary execution. The death of General Uba means that he became the highest-ranking Nigerian military officer to be killed by terrorists since 2021. 4 years earlier, another brigadier general had been killed, along with 3 soldiers, while fighting off an ISWAP attack in Borno State. But the circumstances of General Uba's death raised far more disturbing questions. Questions like, how did a brigade commander, surrounded by troops and with access to air support, end up being captured and eliminated by terrorists? The answers remain unclear, but many theories have emerged. Some people allege that General Uba's location had been leaked to the terrorists. They believed he was sold out by someone with inside knowledge of the operation because it would have been difficult for the terrorists to have known exactly where to set up their ambush without knowing that he and his troops would be passing through that route. Others pointed to a possible security breach. An intelligence source believes that ISWAP may have intercepted his WhatsApp communications and then tracked his location through his phone. Many questioned why it took so long for the helicopter to locate the general. He had provided his exact location and also remained in contact for some time. Yet, despite this information, the rescue teams could not find him before it became too late. Some observers also noticed something suspicious in the WhatsApp screenshot that was leaked. A part of the messages appeared to have been deleted. People speculated that the missing portions might have contained the exact moment when the handler asked the general for his exact location. The truth is that nobody truly knows how General Uba ended up getting captured and also executed. The Nigerian army is yet to provide a full explanation of what actually went wrong that day. The conflicting reports, the initial denial, and the lack of transparency have only fueled more suspicions and questions. But perhaps the most frightening aspect of this tragedy goes beyond the death of one man, no matter how high his rank. The ramifications are far more severe and troubling because, think about it, if ISWAP terrorists can ambush, capture and execute a brigadier general who had air support, troops and communication equipment, what hope do ordinary civilians have? General Uba had training, weapons, backup and the full resources of the Nigerian military behind him, yet he still fell victim to the terrorists. What does this say about the safety of regular people living in areas where these groups operate? If a whole general with all his protection could not escape, what now becomes the fate of farmers, traders, women and children who have no protection at all? The execution of Brigadier General Uba exposed the harsh reality that the fight against terrorism in northeastern Nigeria is far from over. Despite years of military operations and billions spent on security, the terrorists remain capable of carrying out sophisticated attacks that can take down even the most senior military officers without any challenge. This is seriously disturbing.
First of all, I'm glad that something like this came up. Whenever I'm making videos like this, most people feel like I'm just talking. I don't know what they talk about, not just content that they create. This is not content for me. I know what I am saying. Now, soldiers are complaining that bandits in the army are giving out information to their former commanders. I don't talk this thing tire before. You go arrest a known bandit, they don't give you order to unalive them, so you know go against that order. So you hand over these bandits to the right authority for them to do the needful. But instead, they go carry and go camp After some months, they go say, don't repent, he's not a good person. The next thing, they go put her inside army. Not just, they go put them inside army, or then put them for police. In fact, they separate them. Some go army, some go police, some go navy, some go air force. Special candidates. Person where you arrest like 8 months ago, today is now your colleague. And I did the same duty. So how can you be so comfortable that these same terrorists will watch your back if anything happens? This person, they are still loyal to their former commanders. They are terrorist commanders. They are loyal to them. And the reason why BC soldiers go make plans on how to launch an attack, the next thing, they don't hear everything. They know everything when it happen. They know the kind of weapon where they base. They know numbers of soldiers where they are around. They know everything. Courtesy of the so-called repentant Boko Haram that the government push into the military. To do what? To fight their fellow, their not even formal colleagues. They are still colleagues. It just be like you send somebody undercover to, work with the enemy. That's what they are doing. They are still loyal to the commanders. They still do dirty work for them. I say you go plan something. Men go plan something. After they finish that meeting, bandits or Boko Haram don't hear everything. How you want to take fight that can fight? How you want to achieve your aim with saboteurs they inside your camp? Think about it. These people are terrorists. They were caught. They did not go to prison. They went for military training. And now they are soldiers working together with the same soldiers that arrested them. But they are still loyal to their former terrorist commanders, giving out information. If soldiers they pass here, bandit Boko Haram don't know that road they pass, they'll lay ambush. Come on, Nigerian government, come on. Come on. What are we doing?
What are your thoughts on this case? Share your opinions in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more true crime stories.